Welcome to my Justin Steps It Up review of the TitanFall Beta. I will be summing up my impressions and overall feeling for the beta, and just a reminder, this is the beta. The main game could be better, but then again, my impressions of it are already very good. So for the last week I've been playing the beta. I started on the closed beta and then moved on to the open beta, and I've summed up about 12 hours. I came into Titanfall not expecting much. My expectations were pretty low, but once I started playing it, I found myself to be enjoying it quite a lot. I guess this makes this review quite unbiased because I've come in with my expectations changed to the positive side. Yeah, just really enjoying it quite a lot. First up, the game is a Microsoft exclusive first-person shooter available on 360, Xbox One, and PC. The game will be released on March 13th, and I can tell you right now that I'm excited for that release date. I've been playing it on PC. This is because for consoles, my preference is on the PlayStation side. And I realize this might be why the game is taking a lot of heat. I know myself, before I actually played the beta, because I'm essentially a PlayStation fanboy, the game just didn't really appeal for me, so I think that might be a reason. I just want to tell the PlayStation fanboys that don't hate on this game just because it is an Xbox exclusive. It is actually worth your time if you can get it on PC, or if you're intending to get an Xbox at any time. People bagging it on being the FPS genre, please people, what if I told you that all sports games were the same, or JRPGs, or anything like that? Would you tell me they're different? Something tells me you would, and I think that people just need to understand that even though it takes place in the first-person shooter genre, there are many differences that could be said about this game, and hopefully I'll be able to tell you about them, or show you in the footage that I'll have upcoming. So I'll just move on to some footage now, of some footage from the menus. Now, there are things such as the pilot loadout, so pretty standard FPS, being able to change your loadout once you've unlocked it. During the beta, there have been about 5 weapons. I've been pretty well sticking to the assault rifle and just checking out the unlocks on that. So far, there have been a few scopes and other attachments, but pretty stock at the moment. I believe that there will be more when the full game comes out. Also, there are Titan loadouts, pretty well the same as pilot loadout, in perks and weapons and some attachments and stuff like that. And then the burn cards, which are very interesting. These can be unlocked by completing certain personal objectives during the multiplayer matches, or from completing character challenges which add XP as well, or add bonus burn cards, which can be quite effective. So moving on to some game footage now. There are 2 maps. One is an inner city area, and one is a sort of destroyed suburban area. These are quite different maps, I would say, as far as levels of height. They both have their height differences, but one is definitely more higher than the other. They're very well designed for one of the parkour system. I believe the devs have put in quite a lot of effort into it. And they've both been designed with both on foot and Titan combat in mind. This is good because I was a bit worried that it might get a bit cluttered, but there's definitely where the on foot option, you're pretty well allowed to go anywhere, but with the Titans, due to your overpoweredness, you are limited to some routes, as well as not being able to have the height advantage of the pilots. Um, combat, combat is fast and fun, I believe. Especially with the parkour, it makes it quite interesting as you can get across them. If you're good at parkour, you can get across the map nice and easy and get to a vantage point quick enough. Now, also, I know people have been saying that they're a bit annoyed that it's 6v6 with AI combatants in there as well. But I think what really balances this out is that you do have this. You've got Titans. How many Titans can you have on there? And the fact is that you're playing a character which is essentially an elite warrior called a pilot. And how many of those are there going to be? And only 6 of you at a time on a team can have these Titans. So it kind of, even though it annoys people, it does make sense in the end. And I'm sure maybe down the line there might be future game modes. I mean, we don't even know what the full range of game modes are going to be once the game is actually released. However, at the moment it is 6v6, but down the line there could be more. So these AI combatants, they actually quite add to the experience. I find that with their dialogue, it's kind of very adds to the ambience. And even though some people have been saying they're easy, again, you're supposed to be an elite warrior who has all this parkour ability as opposed to what the others can, and it does make sense. And some of the interesting things is that with some of the grunts, as we call them, called specters, and they're these robot AI sort of warriors, but you can actually hack them. And if there's a squad of 4 moving around, and if you can hack them all at this, hack one of them, then the 4 of them will actually follow you as squad mates. So that can add to helping the team out. Plus, it gets you points at the same time. With the game modes that have been in the beta, this footage, hopefully that you're watching, is the attrition, which is basically a TDM. So that's probably my favorite from what I've been playing, although there is a game mode called Last Titan Standing, which is basically where you're all start off with Titans and the last person with a Titan wins. Pretty simple. Also, the third game mode was just a sort of hardpoint capture mode where there's 3 points that need to be captured. That's alright because it becomes pretty interesting. If you've got the Titans holding it down, you can defend it much easily, but although you still want to be attacking those other bases. But there are some other interesting tactics you can use to help you win. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I've tried to give it as fair a review as I can. As I said, didn't have expectations at the start, so this is pretty well unbiased, and yeah, thank you for watching.